All right, let's dive into something that's probably on your mind if you're thinking about the future: building a rock-solid retirement income floor.
So let's start with a question I think we can all relate to. When you think about retirement, what's that one big worry that keeps you up at night?
Yep, you got it. It's running out of money. It's the number one fear for so many people. And this is what we call the great retirement riddle. How in the world do you make sure your money lasts exactly as long as you do? It's a huge concern, and you're definitely not alone in thinking about it.
And look, this isn't some irrational fear. It's a very real concern. Think about it: a sudden market crash, or something called sequence of returns risk, which is just a fancy way of saying you get hit with bad market returns right when you start taking money out. That can do serious damage. This kind of uncertainty is exactly why we need a plan.
So what's the answer to this riddle? How do we fix this? Well, the solution is to build a strong, reliable foundation for your finances. We call this an income floor, and it's a strategy designed specifically to take that fear of running out of money right off the table.
So what exactly is an income floor? Think of it like the foundation of a house. It's the absolute minimum amount of guaranteed income you need month in and month out to cover your essential bills. We're talking about housing, food, healthcare, the basics. And the most important part? It's there for life, no matter what the stock market does.
This is such a great way to visualize it. You basically have two buckets of money. On the left, you've got your income floor money. This is for your absolute needs. On the right, that's your lifestyle money. That's for all your wants, the fun stuff, travel, hobbies, maybe some extra investing for growth. When you separate it like this, you're protecting your essentials first, which is just smart planning.
Okay, so how do we actually build this thing? Well, it really comes down to three core building blocks that all work together to give you that stability you're looking for. Let's break them down one by one.
First up is the big one, something most of us are already familiar with: Social Security. For the vast majority of Americans, this is your first layer of guaranteed income for life. It's really the starting point for your entire income floor.
Now, Social Security has some huge pros, right? I mean, it's guaranteed income for life. It adjusts for inflation, and it can even protect a surviving spouse. But, and this is a big but, there are some pretty significant cons. For most people, it's just not enough to cover everything. And if you claim early, that benefit is permanently reduced. All right, building block number 2 is all that money you've been saving up in things like your 401k or an IRA. Think of this as your flexible layer. It's the buffer that's going to cover that fun discretionary spending, handle unexpected emergencies, and give you that potential for growth. And just like with Social Security, you've got a trade-off here. The pros are fantastic. You can get to your money when you need it, it has real growth potential, and it helps fight back against inflation. But the big con is market risk. Having to sell your investments during a market downturn just to pay your bills, that's not only stressful, it can really hurt your financial plan in the long run.
And that brings us to our third and often missing piece of the puzzle: annuities. An annuity is a tool that's literally designed to do one thing really well: fill the income gap. It bridges that space between what your Social Security provides and what you actually need to cover all your essential bills. So let's look at the pros and cons here. The biggest pro, and this is the whole point, is that contractually guaranteed income for life. It protects you from the risk of outliving your money, period. Some even give you market upside without the downside risk. Now, on the con side, your money isn't as liquid, and some of the optional features, called riders, can add to the cost. It's a trade-off, but it's a trade-off for security.
Okay, so we've covered the why and the what. Now for the how. How do you actually put this all together? Let's walk through a really simple 4-step blueprint to get it done.
This is your game plan. Step 1, figure out what your essential, non-negotiable monthly expenses are. Step 2, add up all the guaranteed income you already have, like Social Security. Step 3, this is where you fill that gap we talked about, often with an annuity. And finally, Step 4, keep a portion of your assets invested for that flexibility, growth, and to fight inflation. It's a really logical, step-by-step process. So you might be thinking, okay, this sounds pretty good, but is this strategy right for me? And that's a great question. The answer is no, it's not for everyone. But for a certain type of retiree, it's an ideal fit. Let's see if this sounds like you. This slide makes it super clear. An income floor is a perfect fit if you're worried about outliving your savings or if you're someone who just really values predictable, steady income. On the other hand, it might be less necessary for, say, ultra-high net worth families or investors who are totally comfortable riding the extreme ups and downs of the market.
We have covered a ton of ground here, from the main problem all the way to a step-by-step solution. So what's the big takeaway here? What's your next move?
This quote right here just hits the nail on the head. The goal is to create a stream of income that is contractually guaranteed to last your entire life and is completely walled off from the chaos of the stock market. It's about taking back control and getting some peace of mind for your essential expenses.
So if building this kind of stability sounds like the right move for you, the annuity expert can help you compare all the different annuities and retirement plans out there to find what really fits your specific situation. And our services are always completely free. You can give us a call at 770-755-1565, or you can learn more online by visiting annuityexpertadvice.com. Thanks so much for tuning in.